There we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome and welcome back. This hour, if you're new, is dedicated to doing EFT, which is an overwhelm and trauma release technique. If you've never done it before, don't worry. It's very simple to do. There is a lot of clinical, scientific proof that it is highly effective for stress relief, anything having to do with phobias, anxiety, depression. There are a lot of different aspects that have been studied. So if you've come across this feed, and now you're going, that's probably why. There you go. And I hope that you find this hour to be instructive. Don't feel like you have to stay the whole time. We do choose different topics based off of whatever people put into the chat. So go through, it tends to be in about 20-minute increments that we go to different subjects. So if you're feeling like you've tapped along and you had a great session and now you want to go rest, please feel free to do that. It's the recordings are always posted after the live. So don't ever feel like you have to stay the whole time. You can always come back and revisit it later. For those of you who've been here, hi, I'm so happy to see you again. I'm going to look in the chat. I see several of you have said hi. Hi, Mama Hutch. Hi, Roma and Karen, Bonnie. Okay, all right. I love that. Okay, why is this? Okay, got it. So it's letting me just see. Okay. Yeah, so anything that you've got on your mind, you can see several people in the chat have already put things that are on their minds today. Um, we will do as many as we can. And sometimes it works to kind of add them together. So please don't hesitate to put yours in because you're like, oh, it's so different. There's already so many suggestions. No, no, no. We include as many people as possible. And with tapping, one really great thing about it is that it has to do with how you're feeling. So even if we tap on something, like say we tap on anxiety, but what you're feeling is loneliness, you can just substitute that word in and you will have an effect because it has to do with your own brain anatomy. And there are lots of videos on our channel describing that. If you want to look into how it works, just go to the EFT Universe channel and you'll get all of that information. But without further ado, let's jump into today. I'm trying to get my camera just right so you can see me tap. Okay. And I only got one email this last week, and it wasn't really a tapping request, but it's something that I want to share anyway because I think it was so valuable. It was with a community member that I'm not going to share their name, but they were asking about my choice of word that I use because I say guys, I say you guys. Um, and I totally understand where that can be like, but that really isn't all inclusive. And I don't mean it that way. I don't think it's taken that way. I don't think this person took it that way. But that they were just gently nudging me to be aware, of the words that I'm using. And it is a product of just how I grew up. It was the word we used for groups, and I do try to say different words. But what I love about that this person brought up is when that trigger happens, because people are triggering. We come across people that are triggering, right? And they say something that's offensive, or just um, not as aware as maybe we would prefer they be, whether they do it on purpose or not, right? And then what do we do with that? How do we deal with that? I think I'm going to actually make a video on this and post it. I post a new video every Friday, rather than address it here because I don't know how many of you guys that came today are struggling with that. So I'll leave it for another time and just go with what we've got in the